What is up, my boy? We are in week 50. There's 2 more left after this, man. We got the holiday next week, and the year start over the week after that. So, Merriam-Webster's word of the day is jaunty, and that is something that is lively. Example will be an article of clothing that appears lively and confident. So, of course, do with that information what you will. We always start with the working out. Boy, all that, I went from 3 to 0. Trash. It was a waste of a week. Don't know, don't care. The year almost over. Whatever. So there was that. We didn't do no spins at all. Work going fine. They send it. I send it back. Knock it out. Boom. All is good there. Not a whole lot to yap about, but this little business venture of mine, yeah, we picked back up. So I think last week I recorded on Thursday, and today is actually Thursday as well. On Thursday when I recorded, the day before, I done a gazebo. So Wednesday did a gazebo, right? Cool, everything going smooth. Me and Uncle Phil out here, we getting it locked down. We got out there early like they asked, got started, and we moving and grooving, man. We had been at it about, I think, maybe 4.5 hours or something like that. If not, yeah, I'm gonna say 4.5, if not 5, right? And everything going smooth, like it was an octagon, so eight-sided, cool. And we have 6 of the sides done. Like, we was finishing up the 5th one. We finished up the 5th one and was working, almost done with the 6th one, right? Now, we did this early in the month. I think we got out there like 9. So I'm like, oh man, 9 o'clock in December in the morning, it's gonna be freezing. Surprisingly, it was not. Like, it wasn't horrible at all as far as the temperature goes. I did have on my gloves, but it was sometimes where I had to take it out to do something. And it was like, I'm actually kind of okay without it. Like, it was way warmer than expected. So that was cool. But that wind, it wasn't consistently coming, but we'll be working and it'll just, whoof, like somebody was picking on us or whatever. Like, I'm gonna see if I can blow this down. So, like I said, we knocked it out. The owner, because it was on the lake, like, big house. I think it was 7,000 or 8,000 square feet. So this is easily one of the largest houses I've ever been in and experienced in my life. But they wasn't even done with it. They were still working on the cabinets and stuff. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So get there again. I set this up and scheduled it, so I'm speaking with the owner, let him know what we're doing. He get out there, he sees us working. Man, we moving and grooving. Like, no real issues. Everything is going just fine. So, like, twice when he was down there with us, because he come, we gone for an hour, we come back again to see, okay, yeah, y'all doing this. We got it, bro. We gonna get this thing up. Or so I thought. Maybe I jinxed it. I don't know. Maybe I'm the problem, Cardi. So, again, he had been down there, and I'm talking, this thing is, what, we'll say at least 10 feet tall, because it's, a building. So, let's say they're 10 feet tall by 12, because like I said, it's 8-sided, but 4 of the sides are really short. The other ones are like 10 feet long. So, like I said, pretty decent size or whatever. But still, like, this wind blowing, and we having to, like, hold it. Like, this the wind that Dorothy and Toto was dealing with. We not in Kansas anymore. You know what I'm talking about? So, like I said, we messing with it or whatever, and he seen it blow twice and helped us keep it down one time, because we would've lost it then. He like, yeah, man, y'all gonna stake? We like, you literally can't stake it that early. We don't even have all the sides in. So then we get, to the next side and we can't do. No, you don't do it this early, bro. We got it. Let us do what we do, please. So we keep working. Like I said, this is second or third time being down there. He leave and go back up. He just left like not even 10 minutes. Maybe 5 minutes. I know it wasn't 10, maybe 5 minutes prior. He just left and helped us hold it down before he left, right? So a gust of wind came. Like I said, we finishing up the 6th side or whatever. So we got 2 sides left. And I still think it would have blew over, but the way it ended up blowing over, it wouldn't have blew like that. And we might would have been okay, but I really ain't sure if I'm being honest. So I'm on one side, the end, the 6 side that we're working on. Uncle Phil is on the other side of the 6 side, like that, you know, wall. He's on the other side of that wall. I'm working on it, and it gets to blowing on the far side where neither one of us are. And I'm like, Phil. So he like grab where he at, I grab where I'm at, and I'm like, oh, okay, because again, it's been blowing, but you know, we done been straight. Nah, this wind right here, big bad wolf, huff, puff, and blew this mug. I'm talking, I think it might have been one of the shorter sides of the 8 sides. Flew legit 150 feet away. Like we had to walk down to the lake to get it. Another one was about 100 feet away, so you know, just a third shorter of the distance that one was. It was over. And then, of course, blowing like that, the ones that fell right there, some of those broke. The window and the glass broke. Like it was just over. You know what I'm saying? So I let the owner know. He like, fuck, man, dang, you know, this, that, and the third. That's why I was saying we should have staked it down. No pro that does this would have staked that down at that point. At least from what I done seen. You don't stake as soon as you put a side up. Maybe you do. If so, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna look at some more gazebo videos. But again, Phil done did like 12 to 15 of these, and he was like, no, bro, I've never staked as soon as I get a side up. You don't stake right then. Like, you gotta wait until you have it, you know, in position. I'm like, yeah. So, and he was putting on a concrete slab that he poured or whatever. So it wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want us drilling down into your concrete multiple times. When it's time to put it in, no, you measure twice, cut once. You know what I mean? Like, now if it was soft grass or whatever, or like, you know, just a regular grass, cool, maybe then, because we can pull it right back out and keep going. But this is on concrete. We're not gonna go into your concrete and then we gotta move it, and then, you know what I'm saying? Then he was gonna complain anyway. That's how I feel. He was like a perfectionist. Nothing wrong with that, but like I said, he was disappointed about that or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, you know, you mad? We just been out here working for 5 or 6 hours, and understandably, you're not gonna pay us $1 for that 5 or 6 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. So he still had, like I said, big beautiful house or whatever. And so like the deck patio area or whatever, he was setting up for a Christmas party. That's what the gazebo supposed to be. So if people want to go down there, be by the lake and had a view, they could and not be in the cold. So that's gone. Told him, you know, because it's not on us, but because it happened and we didn't get to finish it, if you order another one, I'll finish it free of charge or whatever. That's how I'm gonna write it. I hate that I said that, but again, man, I take my business very serious. This ain't nothing to play with for me, so you know that's what I offer. So we'll see. But like I said, he had asked about us before we even started on the gazebo. He's like, I got something else if y'all, you know, want to do that, whatever. So like I said, I charge between $60 and $70 an hour. He already knew that we had agreed to the 60 for the gazebo. So I was like, all right, how long does other thing take? We'll knock it out. We definitely wasn't finishing it that day. He didn't even have all the materials. So he's like, I'm gonna order the materials. When can y'all come? So he's saying Friday. Luckily didn't go Friday. Ha! Good thing. Got something else I'm gonna speak about that, you know, was new and nice that I did. I had been speaking on it, and I finally did it, and I feel really good, and I'll definitely do it at least a few times a year. But so he like, you know, when y'all go back, like, we can get the stuff. He like, man, I have it by Friday. Look it up. Y'all can have it. It'll be here Friday morning or whatever. And I'm like, Friday could work. It couldn't, and I'm glad we didn't. So then he was like, I mean, the party Saturday. Y'all do Saturday morning. I knew I didn't have nothing planned for Saturday. Phil had already let me know he didn't have nothing planned for Saturday. So I was like, yeah, man, we'll do it Saturday. So I'm like, all right. So we'll get here like 10. He like, what you doing, man? You gonna be drinking the night before? I'm like, no. But we're putting up tarps to like close in the patio deck area. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, we're gonna, you know, screw some holes in, drill a hole, put the screws with the ring on it, the circle, and then attach the tarp. I'm like, bro, this not gonna take 5-6 hours. This one I'm pretty sure of. I've not done this, but unless you run into, you know, a problem child or something goes wrong, this shouldn't take that long. And so I'm like, what time you think? He was like, I'm thinking like, 8 what? 8 in the morning on a Saturday? Dog, I work Monday through Friday. You done lost your mind. I mean, you know, like 9. So I think we got there at 9 or whatever. And no, matter of fact, I think we did get there at 8. We got there at 8. And I sat outside the gate waiting for like 45 minutes. We still didn't get in at like 8:30, 8:45. bro, we wasn't going, so that means we didn't start working until 9 because we had to get all the materials set up and, you know, survey everything or whatever. So we started at 9. Bro, we could have got here at 9. And I'd been there, been messaging them, 7:55 when I pulled up. But anyway, 7:50 I think. Y'all said 10-15 minutes early, 7:45, 7:50, one of them two, it wasn't 7:55. But, so, like I said, we sat out there waiting. We get in there, we get going, boom, knocking it out, moving, knocking it out, moving, knocking it out, moving. Took, I think, about 3.5 hours, whatever. So we knocked it out, and, you know, got that money, whatever. But it wasn't Gazebo money, because Gazebo would have been at least the amount, twice the amount, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, we knocked that out, and he was really appreciative because, like, for real, while we was out there working, again, that morning, I think it was like 40. It was 30-something when we got there, and it got up to like maybe 45, 50, right? But even when it was 30-something, like once we got 3 of the sides up and got things fenced in or whatever, and it cut out the wind, man, we was in there getting hot. Like, I don't got my gloves on. It's warm in here. And he had 3 of those, like, heat lamps if you go to like a bar or something like that they'll have outside for you. He had 3 of those. Now, the deck was 12 feet by like 55 feet long or whatever, so a really big deck, but that's a heater every, not even, every 15 feet if you want to do it that way. But if you center, like, yeah, or you can do it that way. If you put them like closer to the ends and then put one in the middle, that way, spread the heat out even. But if you went like equal distance, 3, 1, 1, 1, yeah, it would have been blazing in there, man. Like I said, with the things up, I think just 2. I think 2 would have been fine. 1 on each side, and the heat would have been in the middle, and it would have been fine. But I'm pretty sure that was out there warm, so he was really appreciative once we got done or whatever, and satisfied with that. So he was like, yeah, man, if I had something else, I see y'all do good work. I'm like, yeah, man, we was doing good work on the gazebo, bro. You got a concrete that you poured. We're not gonna be drilling into that, multiple times, so it just wasn't the time to do it. And unfortunately, the gazebo didn't care about the time. So we knocked that one out. Like I said, that was, we started the gazebo on Wednesday. We finished the top thing on Saturday. So we knocked out Saturday. Sunday was a chill day. I think I just left it on Sunday. Monday. Trying to make sure I don't mix. Was that Sunday? No, that was, okay, so Monday. Monday, I had a client that had a desk. And this was the most complex desk I've done because it was an L-shaped desk, but it was the adjustable height. So that added another element to it or whatever. And it wasn't crazy. It had a lot of parts to it, a lot of components, and it said it was a 2-man job. And the box and manual instruction said it would take 5 hours with 2 men of 1 person. But I, get it in like 2 men do. So I think it took me like 7.5, right? I think I got there like 10 something, and by 6 something, almost 6:30, I was finishing up or whatever, the final touches. And when I finished up, I didn't know, they came and let me know like, hey, we actually got to go to a Christmas dinner at their job or whatever. So they were like, yeah, we're not gonna worry about, I'm supposed to do a desk, and I'm supposed to do a 6-drawer dresser or whatever. So they were like, don't worry about the dresser tonight. And so we discussing it like, you come back tomorrow. I'm like, all right, cool, yeah, I'll definitely come back tomorrow. I ain't had nothing else scheduled for Tuesday. No, I didn't have nothing scheduled for Tuesday. So they were like, yeah, you come back. I'm like, all right, cool. So I had one of my clients that I've been in her house a few times and put up like a cloth-like gazebo. It might be called a pergola, I'm not sure. But I had put one of those together for her. And then the wind blew it crazy and blew it off the porch and broke it. I put it back together. Came back, put it back together. Then the wind messed it up again. Then I came and disassembled it. So she was like, this time she had one of the like fireplace, TV entertainment center stands or whatever. One of those, and I think it was a dresser that she wanted done. No, a vanity for her daughter. So I was like, all right, gave her the price. She was like, I do one at a time now. I ain't gonna do them all together. It's Christmas time, I'm buying a lot of stuff. I'm like, that's fine. So I had that set up for Thursday. And so when I get home Monday, they messaged me. I was like, hey, send me your cash app so we can pay you. And don't worry about the dresser tomorrow. We're gonna do it ourselves. And I'm like, all right, I apologize it took so long. Here's, my cash app. Thank you. If you all have any other business needs moving forward, please don't hesitate to reach out. Whatever. So that was that with that. And so now I didn't have anything for Tuesday. I was supposed to go there on Tuesday, but they done told me don't worry about it. So they sent my money, cool. And so Tuesday morning comes and I reach out to my client like, hey, just confirm what we're starting for Thursday. And And she's like, yes, Thursday morning this time. And I was like, actually, if it works for you, I can actually come and do it. And then she's like, I don't have the money today. And I was like, that's fine. We've done business several times. I don't think you're going to screw me over out of my money, so don't worry about it. If it works better for me today, if it works for you, and you can just pay me on Thursday, I trust that you'll pay me. And so she's like, oh my God, yes, that would be amazing, please, whatever. I was like, cool, I'll be there. So these normally take me, depending on, how complex between, I might have done one, let's say like in 3 hours, but it's taken me, especially when I first started, I think that first one took me like maybe almost 5, if not 5.5, the very first one I did. So I get there and I'm like, these take a little minute. And I look everything over and get started, and actually I'm moving and grooving and moving faster than I've ever moved. It's not as complex. I think this is the second simplest one I did. The other simple one, I know I did in like the Mount Holly area for a lady. I remember I had 2 jobs in one day, like maybe my second, third month. So I knocked that out in no time. Oh, okay, cool. So it was a productive week. We made count up in my head. We made that from there, boom. Yeah, we did all right, you know what I'm saying? It was a pretty solid week or whatever, for sure. And right on time, with the Christmas season approaching and everything. So that was working business as far as that goes. And I've communicated with some more. My prices haven't been a problem. It's been more scheduling. That's what it was. Because I had one, they were fine with my price, but they wanted it done like the next day. And it was like, I knew I wouldn't be able to the next day, but I was like, I could do it the day after, and they wanted it. Then they was like, I took a party or event or something, so I need it for this day. And I'm like, understood. Okay, not your man. Have a good one. So that was fine. So we had that one. Like I said, price ain't been a problem. Anybody had an issue with price? I feel like it was one more. And then I've been doing better about it, whatever, add money to my budget, communicate with people, reaching out, hey, I can complete that. So it's been going fine. So yeah, that was that. Let me see. That was it's past the last 7 days. Anything with the kids? Nothing comes to mind. Yeah, everything been kind of, you finna cause a wreck, my boy. Or lady. Nothing complex or to mention there. I'm using my other phone, so I'm having to hold it. Again, only I'll watch these, so whatever. I guess I'm reminding myself. What was I saying? Oh, okay, yeah. So we had that. Actually, I can't say that because that was yesterday, and that's for week 51. So, the other thing was I actually had my house professionally cleaned. So my homegirl Raggedy been telling me about her cleaner. Had her cleaner come through, and I'm like, again, now we done did a good job, but it was her, and she brought 2 ladies with her. Man, that house ain't been that clean since I moved in it. And like, the kids came home and was like, hey, yo, hang on, what in the world? And I'm like, yeah. And I spent a pretty penny on this. Dog, the house can't go back. Like, we gotta work on maintaining this because it's already there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we do the small things, won't even need a deep clean. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still can deep clean, and that's like wiping down, dusting, and all that stuff. But we don't have to if we maintain, and stay on top of it. So, yeah, that's what I was. As far as Friday, when the client wanted to schedule for Friday for the tarps and all that to fence in the decor patio, I was like, oh, I'm glad I didn't say Friday because I didn't have to be there, but it was my first time. I definitely wanted to be there, just to see and communicate, and if they had any questions. So, man, my house been clean, and like it's small things. Like I noticed whereas before, like throughout the week, if I'm sitting there whether it's doing work, watching a movie, whatever, all to be on my mind, I could clean this house, I could clean this. I don't have that because the house don't need to be clean. Like, no, I'm cool with resting. So I'm actually enjoying resting or whatever I'm doing in that moment, and not, thinking I need to. So that's a good feeling. What else we got? That was it, man. That was it. Wednesday. Yeah, I got back a little late from doing that. So my boy missed karate last week because I got back so late on that Wednesday. Like I said, because the job was like an hour away, almost exactly an hour door to door, and we were there longer than expected. And then I think I might have lifted a little bit on the way back. I did something, I don't know, but whatever it was, I got back late and we wasn't gonna make it, so we didn't go. went this week though, so we're back on it. School's about to let out, man, and 2026. What the good news I got yesterday? Again, week 51. Not speaking on it now. Definitely has me more eager for 2026 financial. Like, it was a good change or whatever. So, you know, a couple bands back in my pocket or whatever. So that's nice. Definitely, you know, excited about that or whatever. And like I say, you know, just seeing the business do its thing, man. All these return clients and customers, I get more of those now. Like I said, I don't need to be grinding like I hadn't been, but I'm back on it or whatever. I'm doing my thing, and I gotta get back. I gotta load up my business cards and everything, man, because I haven't had them when I needed them. People been asking. I still gotta send them to that my second client ever, so they can spread the word for me. You know, give me business down there. But I say all in all, man, a pretty solid week. 50 was a pretty solid week. Even with the 2K, you know, so I got my little cap breaker and all that. Like I said, you saw me in the wrong places. I got like 260 BC or something like that. So I think I'm gonna sit down and make that second bill big or whatever, and go from there. But yeah, man, I've been doing my thing, having some good games. I had a horrible day today. Like, I was trash most of the day today. I think I only had, let's say I played 10 games, right? I think I played more than that. But if I played 10 games, only 2 or 3 were good games. I'm saying 2 was good, and the third one was, it wasn't a bad game, but it wasn't a good one, you know what I'm saying? So, and the last couple was just, outside of I had one with Lee where I had a good game, he had a bad game. I want to say, did we win that one or lose that one? We won it, so we had one. We won the first one. He had a bad game. He was like, man, let's get away from these dudes. I'm like, I ain't got no issue with these dudes. They shot fine. I shot fine. He shot bad. Even like open or whatever. Like some of the shots, Lee is an aggressive scorer, and sometimes his shot selection is different from mine, and he get contested different. But he had a bad game, so we switched. And the next game, he had a 30 ball. I think I had like 6 or 8 on like 9 or 10 shot shooting. You know what I'm saying? So a bad shooting game for me. In the third one, I think I had like 12, 13 or whatever on like 50% shooting. So not a great game, but we won it. We won the third one too. And I was just shooting bad. So, I mean, I'm getting the hell out of here. Like, man, this ain't it. So, but definitely getting better at it, adding some moves and labbing. And I'll be getting that other cap working soon. And the other season will be starting, I think, like maybe New Year, another 2 weeks. So we'll race to 40 for that one, and you know, get them cap breakers. I made 60% now on vet too, so we're almost there with that. Like I say, if not, I can see by New Year's, but if not by New Year's, then for sure the first week of January. Like by the time we get January 7th, I had those 3 cap breakers, and then we'll really see, you know, how spicy he get. And then by the time I get those, I can turn it right back around and getting the cap breakers for, what do you call that thing? For that, not the next, yeah, the next, no, my rep. No, I get it for the rep. I had them 3. Then the season will be starting, and it won't take me long to get to 40. It's gonna take me about a week, maybe 2. So in January, I'll be getting the cap breaker for level 40 again. I already got the one for the crew, and then go play pro-am and all that stuff, so I can get the cap breaker for getting 200 lifetime challenges. But like I say, man, life going on. I ain't complaining at all, brother. I'm proud of you. Like I said, pretty good week. You showed me grinding hustle. Cause I think even with Lyft, we got somebody, we hadn't gotten a little grip with Lyft, you know what I'm saying? So like I say, man, everything is shaking out just fine. The boys doing fine with school and work. They ain't really getting on my nerves too much at home. So life's fine, man. But I love you, my boy. If you live to see another 13, 14 days, what's the day? 18. Another 13, 14 days, yeah. Then I made it to 2026. So keep going, man. Keep doing your thing. Enjoy yourself as we embark on whatever. But it's been a little minute since we done did our thing, so I'm about to go treat myself tonight or whatever. But yeah, man, keep grinding. I love you. Be kind to yourself, and remember, everything we're working on is gonna happen overnight. It's plural with an S. Ain't nothing gonna happen overnight. We didn't make mistakes and mess stuff up in one night. and we ain't gonna fix it in one night unless it's financially, and that's if we pretty much somebody just super generous. We meet Mr. Beast or gambling. And I don't control any of those, so I'm gonna keep doing the things that I control, and then, you know, hopefully luck come through and help me with one of the other ones. But I'll wrap with you in 51, my boy. All right.